Hi lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive in today. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where this pink-colored woman is all out to ask black women or black people in general what they need to do as black women, since the blue bracelet is something that she feels is not going to work. So she went ahead to ask black people what they feel that white or pink-colored people would do to make them feel safe in their own space. And the response that she got me thinking. And I'm just going to roll the clip because I was able to put up some of those stitches. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
I have a genuine question for black women specifically. So if you're not a black woman or a woman of color, please don't comment on this video. Maybe look at the comments if this video gets any traction, but I really only want to be hearing from black women and women of color, because I've seen a lot about the blue bracelets on this app, and I think we're all in agreement that it's very performative and it isn't actually something that is for black women. It signifies to us, women who look like me, that we voted blue, but what I really want to know is, black women, what makes you feel safe when we're in shared spaces? What can I do, and those in my circles do, to make you feel seen and heard and safe when we are in shared spaces?
Simply put, I pretty much speak for the 92% when we say we're not answering those questions. We are not answering those questions. We are opting out. We are not holding hands with people. We are not guiding them. We are not leading them. We're not helping them. Essentially, we are going to what that man say? Stand back and stand by. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing that. So I don't know what you got to do to figure that question out, but at this point, I don't think you should be asking black women, because they're not going to answer. I mean, you might get a couple of them in there because, at our very core, we are very nurturing, caring people, although the world likes to paint us differently. But no, and even right now, I could be yelling, angry, and all this and that, but really, where would it really get me? Won't get me anywhere. So, you're going to have to figure that out. You're going to have to figure that one out. And the good thing is, when you do, I'm going to give you this last hint. Make sure it's effective. Make sure it's effective. Make sure it works. And make sure it works for the majority. But yeah. And see, there I want to answer the question. But yeah. But how you going to get to that is definitely up to you. But good luck. Let me know. Let me find out. Bye.
You could do is learn from the Polish defectors that were fighting during the Haitian Revolution and neutralize your racist community members. However neutralization looks like to you. They need to be immobilized. What you can do is pull a John Brown at your Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. Really, there is no day that's not the right time to pull a John Brown. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to wait for a special occasion. You can just do the shit. You can just do the shit. That's what people are asking for you to do. Is to neutralize the threats in your communities, in your home. The people that you're raising, that you grow up with, that you work with, that you go to school with, that you go to church with, that you go and see at the doctors, that you go and see at the grocery store. They live around you. They live around you. They don't live around us because they're racist. They don't want to be around us. They want to be around you, which gives you the opportunity to do what so many of us can't do, which is neutralize the threat. Stop asking this dumbass fucking question and just do that. I guarantee you a lot of people will feel way safer, so much safer, if you were to just do that. You know what I'm saying? Good luck.
Good morning. You can go back and look at the whole video, but what she's pretty much saying is she understands as a white woman that the bracelet is probably meaningless to black women. And what could she do, or what could white women do to, I guess, be in solidarity with black women? What I find amazing about this question is it's giving, I voted for President Kamala Harris for Black women. Why you feel you need to let me know that you are on my side when you should have been voting for her because you liked her or she was on your side. Why you feel you owe us something is mind-boggling. But here's to answer your question. All I can do is give you an example or an analogy. As Black people as a whole, we can see one of our sisters out here doing something god-awful. We can see one of our brothers out here doing something god-awful. And 9 times out of every 10, us as Black people are going to say, my people. The good or the bad is what I'm saying. You don't get to, okay, I can distance myself as a white woman now because I didn't vote the way most white women vote. You don't get to do that. 3, leave us out of it. This ain't got nothing to do with if you feel a certain kind of way, you feel a certain kind of way, and you should. You should. So who you need to address is them. When we have a problem with our own, we address our own. You have never in your life heard a Black person say, what can I do so you know I'm not a ghetto Black person? What can I do to show you that I'm not a poor Black person? What can I do to show you that I am not a racist Black, or I can't even be racist, but a prejudice or person against white people? You've never heard that or said that, because you know why? We understand that you already put me in a category. I am a 50-year-old woman, Black woman, so I'm automatically angry. Everywhere I go, anywhere I go. I don't care how big I smile. I can smile every day, all day, never ever at work, being as happy-go-lucky the day I show that I disagree. I'm not even angry. I'm considered an angry Black woman. And you'll never hear a Black woman say, well, what can I do so you won't think I'm an angry Black woman? And this is not a dig towards you. This is me asking you just to wake up to what you're saying. Y'all got to put your big girl panties on and deal with this. Because truth be told, you asking me what you need to do is still depending on me. And we done told you. We good. Y'all stay up.
Now, what I'm about to say be seen as educational content and not an attack against anybody I may duet, stitch or comment on. Hello, Professor Moriarty here. You may not have seen me, you may not have heard of me, but I have some historical information for you. You see, this trick has been used by your entity, white women, for over 500 years. You know, let us come amongst your spaces. Let us trust you. Let us pretend, that we're going to promote you. Let us pretend we're going to speak for you. We'll uplift you. And then we'll say, you're the intelligent ones. You're the strong ones. You don't need your husbands, around you. You don't need your partners. Listen to us. Let us promote you. Meanwhile, through the back door, the men were being taken away in the days when slavery was supposed to be over. The men and the children were being taken away, tortured, beaten, and being made to work illegally as slaves, even when the abolition had gone through. And it was you people that kept it going. The same as it was you people that promoted the atrocities to continue by, through the back door, empowering the same patriarchy that you seem to be pretending to be talking against. The same patriarchy that empowered the white feminist movement, the same movement that empowered the suffragettes, who pretended they were there for all women, but they were there for the same 4B movement that was ever so supposed to promote the needs of all women, but it was the same who was promoted first and foremost. And then there was the man or the bear in the woods debacle, which was my next clue as to the same trick was being done again. You know, lump us all in the same category, but really, the men you didn't want to be in the woods with was black men. Right? Now you know you've messed up. It's what can we do to get them back on side? So you don't call out to all black people that you've hurt, the atrocities that's going to come amongst all people. You want to separate us from the women, right? Even though overwhelmingly we voted the same as black women. But you want to separate us just like you've been doing for over 500 years. You see, I'm onto you. I'm onto the trick. And so are the women you ever so failingly are trying to reach out to try and separate the diaspora again. I'll go even deeper, shall I? Willie Lynch ideology is the tactic you are using. Put in place a set of differences to try and make them divide even more so that they can't unite against us. All this is being said in an educational manner. If it's not true of you, then you have nothing to worry about, do you? Let's see if you are genuine or not. I know what I think, but I won't say one way or the other. Moriarty has spoken, but will speak again.
I can appreciate this question. I truly can. So let me answer by saying this. Ask yourself, what do I, as a human, fundamentally require for me to feel safe, loved, respected, understood, supported, and valued? Ask yourself that. And then ask yourself, are my words, actions, and behaviors consistent with that of someone who is actively working to ensure those who may not necessarily look like me or believe what I believe feels the aforementioned? So I would start there. And then I would take it a step further. And I would challenge those in my community. And if they're just not on board, then I would probably cease contact with them. But that's just me. Because here's the thing. We don't necessarily need white people to say or do anything to make us feel safe. We have learned to cultivate our own safe spaces. And much of that has been done out of necessity. And is very much reflected in how we navigate our lives, how we communicate with one another, how we interact with you all. I don't think white people realize how much we as black people, actually know about white people. I don't think you all realize it. And if you did, I don't know, it'd probably be to our detriment. But I certainly hope this answers your question. I can appreciate this question again, and I wish you all the best on your journey. And yeah.
All right, so if you go back and watch her video, she's basically asking, how can we show up for black women? How can, do we care about the blue bracelets that are being worn to basically represent that they were the ones who voted for Kamala and everything like that? I want to be very honest with white women and women of other cultures who voted for Kamala. Black women don't care about no dang on bracelet. We don't care. We really don't care. What we care about is how you show up. And I think Rihanna said it, she used in one of her acceptance speeches or something like that, like, pull up. What you do when no one else can see you is who you really are. So it's not even a matter of how you represent black women or just women in general in spaces. It's a matter of when you're around your white counterparts and you see them talking ill of black people or everything like that, you check that person immediately. Why? Because it's a matter of saying that, first of all, that's a human being. Whatever their complexion is, whatever their skin tone is, whatever it is, they bleed blue just like I do. Period. When you have that level of awareness, and we have that level of awareness about you guys, you're a human being just like me. That's the first part of it. So what you do in spaces where no one can see you, and how you show up and how you represent for black women, that's going to be the very first part. The second part is going to be this. When you get around other white women or other white men or whoever, and you think about how it's impacting and how certain policies, procedures, and things and ways that are going about that are negatively impacting black people, how are you standing up in those situations? How are you advocating for black people? What are you doing? Right? Because sometimes it's as simple as saying, how would this impact me? How is this affecting me? Right? And if I'm a human being and black women are other human beings, then that's the way how do I want to be treated? Good, right? You want to be treated well, right? So do black women. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. And I think it's a matter of authenticity. It's a matter of just genuine sheer kindness, love, and respect for another human being. And if you truly understand that and know what that is and how to show up in that, then it's not hard. It's not hard at all. The holidays are getting ready to come up, right? Buy black. Right? What else? Just again, when I think about my life, when I think about the way that I live my life, when I think about down to the soaps that I use to put on my body, correct? It's all something connected to some level of consumerism, correct? So it's a matter of saying like, can I go support a black person? And it's not just supporting black people monetarily, but hey, you have people that are creatives that do all kinds of different things. Just be supportive, literally. Right? Because now I can see how much you care. I can see that I don't have to know that you voted to say you cared. I can see in your daily actions and the way you show up in all spaces that you care about black people, especially black women.
Black women, I say we don't help them anymore. We're not doing any more emotional labor for them. We're not doing any more critical thinking labor for them, intellectual labor for them, emotional intelligence labor for them, social labor for them. No. To the white woman I'm stitching, if you don't know if you're a safe space for black women, that to me lets me know everything I need to know about you. Because if you are a safe space for black women, you would know from your relationships with black women whether you are or not. And I'm saying this as someone with an aunt and a former boss who are white women who are safe spaces for me. If you have to ask, the answer is no.
You can't make us feel safe. And this isn't a recent thing. It's just something that we've always known. I used to be told as a kid, it's great to have friends that look all different kind of ways and have all different sort of backgrounds, but you will never be safe with white women, with white children, with white girls, ever. And I was proven that to be true over and over and over again. It doesn't mean that we can't have relationships. It doesn't mean we can't be friends. It doesn't mean that we can't have partnerships. It means that there isn't true safety that can be built in those relationships because of our history. And there isn't a black woman in America that can point to her entire interactions with white women and can't say that there wasn't at least one woman who seemed like she was progressive enough or safe enough, and it turned out that she was actually problematic. Every black woman I know has a story that's like that. And that's just what it is. But I don't think that the goal needs to be, how do I make black women feel safe? Because you can't really even attempt to do that without virtue signaling and centering yourself. But what you can do is find ways to decenter yourself and find ways to go from this whole allyship pipeline up to being an advocate or being an abolitionist and really understanding what that means. But making us feel safe, you can't really make us feel anything, but there's too much hurt, there's too much harm, and there's too much history to really build in true safety. But if you want to take a step to build in more psychological safety, you have to stop making it about you. You have to start listening. It's a good place to start.
I continue to think long and hard about how to go about answering this question. And even the thought process behind answering it is exhausting. Because the truth is, for many of us, there is no way you can make us feel safe. Far too often, many of us have seen, witnessed, experienced time and time again where your words don't match your actions or behaviors. And it is for these reasons that no amount of friendly highs or friendly gestures will ever eradicate the deep-seated distrust that we have. It's almost like we're in a constant, perpetual state of hypervigilance in the presence of European Americans, especially in shared spaces whereby our livelihoods are at stake. It's in these shared spaces that many of us feel as if we can't be our authentic selves. You may hear many of us use terminology like code switching, or if you really want to get fancy, biculturalism. It's because we have to perform in many ways to ensure our safety. And when I'm saying safe, I mean emotionally, psychologically, physically, spiritually. All of those are at stake when we're in shared spaces. In fact, it is in these shared spaces where we often feel most vulnerable. I think the best way to really understand it is to think of it as a narcissistic abusive relationship. And I think a narcissistic abusive relationship is the best way to understand the dynamics between Black women in these predominantly white spaces, because you have your covert, your overt narcissist. The same way you have those, you have your covert racist and your overt racist. And just like in any narcissistic abusive relationship, most of us understand that narcissists do not change. And under the right circumstances, they will show their true colors.
But what would make me feel safe is not having to explain to white women constantly how to treat me like a regular person. The same way you treat all the white people around you is the same way I wish you would treat me, I think. Like, or maybe I just want you guys to learn some emotional intelligence, which, again, lack of emotional intelligence is not a racial issue, it's a social issue. The problem is, when white people don't have emotional intelligence, the damage that they do on accident doesn't have regular repercussions. It has intense repercussions. So I think I want emotional intelligence, because I think emotional intelligence would stop people from asking these type of questions. They would just know. And also, don't just stop at teaching yourself emotional intelligence. Teach the people around you emotional intelligence. Step in when you see something not right. Speak up. Use that voice. And also, redistribute your wealth. Figure out how poor other people really are. Really, truly. Even the Black people doing well. Even the Black people well off. Even the Black people near and dear to you. Find out how they are doing. They're probably doing nowhere near as well as you. Interrogate that. Interrogate that. What are you going to do about that?
Like, seriously, Lolis, this is just so hilarious, you know. Every time some group of pan-colored women will just come out and ask this question. This is not actually the first time. I have seen some stitches like this from pan-colored women asking Black women, "Oh, Black women, what do you want us to do? Oh, Black women, how do you want us to help you? Oh, Black women." Like, seriously, without them realizing that the problem is not even asking Black women what they want and how they want. The problem is starting from their own community. She should, actually, go on a research on how to make their own community first a better one, to become a safe place for people that looks like me. Not asking people that looks like me, what do you want us to do? Like, you should know what to do. You should really know what to do. So before this video, there's this trendy video which I actually staged about blue bracelets. These blue bracelets actually came in picture after the election. A lot of pan-colored women were like, "Oh my God, we're so disappointed. Like, we are not," like, most of them comes out on their pages to talk about how, oh, they are not one of these women that voted for TP. So Black women, just take notes. I am not one of these persons that voted for TP. So because of that, they decided to go to embark on this journey of blue bracelet for sisterhood or something, to actually, it's a form of telling Black women that, okay, if you see any pan-colored woman wearing a blue bracelet, this woman is with you. Like, this woman is very safe for you as a Black woman. So this is just the reason for all of the blue bracelet. Like, it's a form of, okay, you are safe to be with me. You coming closer to me, it's very safe for you as a Black person. And this, got a lot of people reacting. People, stitched. I even stitched and left my own commentaries on the shared, video. But it happens that a lot of pan-colored women were still kicking against it, saying that so many imposters or intruders might actually use it as an opportunity, even if they didn't vote for Kamala. They will just pretend that they do in order to hurt people that or create non-safe place for people that looks like me. So I think that they think it through, and they now realize that, okay, it might actually not going to work, and all of that. And now I think they got so frustrated. That is why she has to come to ask this question directly to people that looks like me. And now I'm just thinking, I'm just having so many thoughts that, is it that the number of these pan colored women that voted for, Kamala actually did that for black women? Like, is it that they voted for like they voted for Kamala? That means they are voting for black women. Or did they just vote because of, you know, because of their kids, their child, their children, them as a woman? And like, this is just giving all of these things I'm saying is just giving that as a pan-colored woman, I voted for Kamala because of black women. Like, that means deep inside of them, they didn't see the true picture. They didn't see the reason. Like, they just want to vote because they are voting for black women. Like, this is just what it's giving. It's not because of her policy or what her policy represents. So they're just doing it because of black women, because so that black women will not come and say, "Oh, you didn't support me." No, this all is just giving. Or is it that they voted because of the policy and all of her policies and the way at which it might actually benefit everyone? Because this is what it's giving. And now she's all out here asking questions, which this is not even the first time, the second time, or the third time some group of pan-colored women will just come out to ask questions. To ask, oh, what do you want us to do right now? Oh my God, what do you want us to do? We tried our best, but you know that the only thing you have to do is to, first of all, work on your own community. Try to educate them about race, discrimination. If you see where, like, you can start from your parent, your sisters, your brothers, your neighbor. When you see something wrong, you stand up and cancel that person. You don't just sit out there and look without doing nothing. Then later on, you come out to ask, "Oh, what do you want us to do?" Like, there is this stitch that I stitched one time about Uncle Ben. He's actually a black dude that went to these sundown towns. I don't know, maybe he never knew that was a sundown town. I stitched the video, that's about a month back. So he went there for a job. He actually came out to run. He went there for a job. I think it has to do with building and whatsoever. And he was doing his thing, and some group of pan-colored people were all there, laughing and smiling at him. And one thing led to the other. They had this exchange, these conversations, and before you know it, there are so many racial slurs there. This man was all out telling him how there is a hanging tree where they hang people that looks like him and all of that. Like, he was just making all of the way as these commentaries. And this uncle kept down, and he was like, "Is this what you said to me? Is this what you said to me?" Like, he was so hot beyond. What baffles me the most was the fact that there are a lot of elderly pan-colored people there. They were all just laughing. They were laughing, and when he does pick up his phone, he was recording. They were all laughing. None of them, even there are women there, there are men there, but elderly. None of them actually stood up to cancel the same man that was spewing all sort of thing. This same man has a wife. Even the wife cannot even do that. The wife never called his attention. No, you don't have to say that. This is wrong. You don't have to do that. No, but they were all just laughing. Like, seriously? This is why I say that someone like her need to start from within her. She needs to start from her family, from her friends, husband, brother. You need to call them out. Just like this Uncle Ben story that I just shared right now. Assuming it's one person, like maybe his wife, who happens to be very close to him, will like, no, stop it. Maybe use your sweet word, darling, or whatsoever, sweetheart, stop it. You're not doing this the right way. But no, she just kept quiet and she was just looking. She was just looking at the husband misbehaving and calling or using slurs on someone. And she couldn't do nothing. She was just looking, and the rest of them were all laughing and like, ha ha ha, blah blah blah. Then he posted the said video. That video went viral. Then this Adash, if you know this guy that calls people out of races, have to like, that was when this man brought to book. But my own point is that there are people there who saw this man, who was seeing that he was doing the wrong thing, but they were all just looking at him, laughing with him, because they were just using this Uncle Ben as a caricature. Do you know what it means to tell someone, like, you are using someone's trauma, generational trauma, to, like, you are just fighting it on this person's face, and you cannot, none of them can call that, Ray and Sisman to other, like, you have to stop it. They were all just laughing. So people like this or questions like this should be channeled. Like, you should just channel the energy to people that looks like you and start from there. Like, start the advocacy. Like, what should we do better in order to coexist with these people? How do we treat them when we see them? Like, when we see our own, like our blood, uncle, brother, whatsoever it is, using some slurs, how do we do? How do we stop our uncles from doing this? This is exactly what you need to do. Not to come out and start asking black women, black women, how do we comb your hair? Black women, how do we make people to be safe? Like, even asking the question, you are scaring them away from you. That means you're like, what's up, but you're just pretending you don't know. And I have never seen, black women coming out as, colored women, what are we going to do? What are we going to do in order for you guys to make us safe? Like seriously, this is just is giving all of the things that we did because of the elections and all of that. We did it for black women. No, you should do it for the policy that she possesses, not because, like, there is this stage I saw on my For You page on TikTok. Some group of colored women, anytime they vote during the course of this election, they voted for Camilla, and they had a sticker and placed it somewhere and was like, 2024, remember I voted for. Like, seriously. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. If you've not subscribed to this channel or to this system, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like this video, and please, to support our goodness, just join our membership, super chat for, if that's if you wish. For those people that actually super chat me, thank you so much for all the love and support. For the people that share my content and all of that, leave commentaries, educate us. Like, anytime I just want to relax and retire for the day, I sit down or lay down on my couch or bed, read all of your commentaries, and I just learn and keep learning and keep learning. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for all the love and support once again, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. In the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.